I'm also going to get someone else in on the call, ladies and gentlemen. These individuals will be joining us via a speaker phone. Yes. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear them too. And there's Corn.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. How are you guys today?
Doing quite well. How are you today?
Well, we're doing good. We are joined by Corn's Demon right now. As well as few people online. Ladies and gentlemen, say hi to Ma and Pa Midwest.
Hello.
Hello. Everybody ready for this discussion?
Looking forward to it.
Oh my goodness. So, ladies and gentlemen, earlier today we went through the timeline as the DM remembers it. Okay? So like everything that I could spitball off the top of my head. And now we're here with two of the people who started 10 years ago today, being my mom and pa here on the phone. But also, we've got Corn's Demon here right next to me. And this guy, he was also in the first cycle.
Yay!
Yes.
So I will be kind of repeating what Corn says so the parents can hear it and the discussion can keep going and all that other good stuff. And we're all just going to kind of reminisce and enjoy some of the tales from, 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, you expect us to remember that. All that.
I expect you to be reminded of some things and go, "Oh yeah." And then gush about your own memories in there, I'm not expecting you guys to know every plot detail and stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys have not brushed up on your Six Sword Saga lore in a while. So
Oh well, I've been watching the new ones.
yeah, the source code and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the official Six Sword Saga timeline, 10 years of stories in Galland. Here we go. All right, so the first cycle, the first arc. This first picture that we've got here online is of a young me from like 10 years ago running the a session within the first arc. Now the very first session, like I had said earlier this morning, was literally just my parents that are on the phone right now, my brother, his wife, and me. And it was a kobold encounter on the road while they were trying to get to the main city of Lukill. And I know that we kind of covered a little bit of stuff that happened in there, but I want to throw it out to the two people who were there 10 years ago. Is there anything that you guys distinctly remember from 10 years ago? It doesn't have to be like a plot point or like anything like that, but like the food we were making, the fun we were having, all the good stuff.
Well, I just remember that I was thinking, well, I've heard of D&D before, but I had never played it. And I figured that, oh, I don't know. I thought, well, maybe it's like I didn't know about it. I thought it was like more like younger people than me playing it, you know. But man, I had fun, and I sure did see why people would get into playing D&D. So I really liked that part, and of course being with the family is always nice. But no, I don't remember the food.
No, don't remember none of the food. Don't remember none of that.
Surely we had birthday cake.
It was, if I remember correctly, we ate enchiladas before the session even started.
Oh, okay. Well, knowing you, it would have been ice cream that you were
probably munching on.
Excited about than cake.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Of the two.
Oh, well, good. Other than that, do you remember anything? I remember some of the things we did.
No.
I remember going through the Sixth Sword, you know, some of those things, and some of the things that happened during, you know, that kind of reminds me a little bit of Theo, you know, some of those crazy things he did. He found him a blacksmith guy, and he fashioned him a gun and so forth. And he was proud of that gun, and he didn't know exactly when to use it and when not to. You know, like, can you imagine firing a weapon within a small cavern and stuff like that? And the recipient of the projectile hurt, but mostly also hurt the ears of his allies quite often, and he was more in trouble with that. You know, as he was going through the times of that. And some of the sneaky things that he did was like, what should I say? Sneaky sometimes.
Yeah.
I recall a time when that he had gotten a potion of spider venom.
Yeah. This was also within the first arc, so we're still kind of in the city of Lukiel. This is before Morthos dies.
Yeah. Also, cornered, as I recall, you know, my memory's not very good on that. But as I recall, there were some soldier people coming. And not all the group knew that there was a threat. And as a spy was, I believe, coming into the village, lo and behold, he come up to the bar where I'm sitting. And he was speaking that not all people knew yet. So I slipped in the soldier was going to do a report as a scout of where we were at. So I slipped in the spider venom, and I don't think to this day does people know about that.
Yeah. It is the stealthiest kill that has happened within the Six Sword Saga, and to this day, everyone still believes that Theo is only killed with his sword or a gun.
He was sneakier than Jen.
Yeah. Jen was a rogue and used daggers and all that other good stuff, but
well, I'm still thinking about the first part. And before I say this, let me say, Theo was doing the Theo thing when you called.
of course. Of course.
hasn't changed.
Yeah. For those unaware, Corn, are you able to hear the conversation?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So, Corn, you wanna inform the people as to what the Theo thing to do is?
So the Theo thing is, as we played very long sessions, Theo would nod off like an hour into it, and then anytime something happened where we'd have to nudge him, he would just stumble away.
Yes. So anytime that we would play, essentially, Corn was saying that we we would start and we played really long sessions. So the hour would go by and Theo would nod off. And then anytime we needed him, a little nudge and a shake awake, and then he'd shoot someone.
Sometimes his own people.
Sometimes his own people, that's right.
I heard tell of that. But it always seemed like it was the same person, really.
Oh, poor kid.
Well, I remember we get back to the first time we played. I remember that I was trying to learn how to be sneaky, and we went sneaking around in the trees for a while. Of course, I didn't know then about don't leave your party that much. I learned that pretty fast, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh boy. But I think Theo and another character had to face the people.
Yeah. Snickle Fritz and Theo were kind of front and center during the kobold attack in the very first session.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Theo rolled the very first natural one in the whole series. He had rolled to attack, rolled a natural one. And so I said, based on Theo's backstory of being a hermit and one with nature and an elf, he saw these kobolds as creatures of the earth and didn't want to hurt them. So he went to sheath his sword and cut his thumb while trying to sheath his sword.
Oh boy.
I don't remember Theo rolling any real high numbers that night. I don't remember did roll that 20.
Yeah, I think you did. Maybe.
There's a few. There were a few. It really didn't help until you got the crit on 19 later in the game that you were actually hitting pretty consistently.
Everybody was to duck when Theo pulled his weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or are you talking about the time where we were going to the other town so we could meet somebody there that was going to tell us where we were going?
So, when you first got to Lukiel? All those years ago, or you...
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So, it was like you had been told from someone in Winter Haven. This was backstory stuff. Because we had stated that you guys had previously met, in Othmere / Winter Haven, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it was like you guys had already met someone there. You were told that, good money was to be made mercenary work in Lukeil. So it was like you guys were heading to Lukeil because told you guys could make money there.
Right. Yeah. And that's not where we were fighting a bunch of them, and I fell in the stuff or the water or whatever.
Oh no! So that's the Kobold Manor. That's what happened. It's still within the first arc.
Yeah.
It's where Kit had joined the party by this time, and we were entering the Kobold Manor because they were asked to get some dragon scales for armor that a blacksmith was working on.
Okay.
They found the manor, and it took a while to get to the manor, but they got to the manor, and then in the very first room, Jen had a little accident.
What did I do? Roll a one that time.
Yeah, it was like rolling to defend against a kobold pushing you into a slime pit trap.
Yeah.
And you didn't roll good to defend yourself. No.
So I fell in, and everybody was trying to get me out, and they were rolling bad.
Yep.
And finally, somebody bent over with a shield, and by then my arms were all in the goo and stuff, and I had to use my teeth.
Yeah, she had to bite down on the edge of the shield, and the party like raise her out of the goo.
But we had been in town, and I was almost wanted to get a necklace that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
that happened.
That was before going to the manor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I dodged the bullet there.
Yes. There's this fun thing I like to do as a DM and a storyteller where I like to put a BBEG, not the main one, but like a big bad like in the area that the party starts in. Because I like there to be like some connection to their early game in the end game, right? I like there being some ties to how they started and how they end. Well, I had described the evil queen out and about with her bodyguard and her like jewelry and stuff. And I didn't say that it was the evil queen. I just said that it was a regal woman with all this jewelry. And Jen, being a little sneak thief, very nearly destroyed the entire campaign right then and there, because everyone would have died. Everyone would have died.
Oh, I thought I could sneak that necklace.
Yeah.
I guess I must have thought a little bit better about it.
Yeah. Probably heard, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You might have gave me a look.
I might have been like, are you really sure? I don't know if that's a good idea. She got a bodyguard. I don't know.
Oh boy.
So, the main thing that I really wanted to be excited about doing this when I first started was just sharing fun memories and letting my family into the fantasy world that kept me alive. It's really what it was. And 10 years later, just even hearing, I don't know about anybody else, hearing my mom laugh about it, like, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time reminiscing.
There was some good stuff there for sure.
Yeah. Now, the end of the first arc happened when Morthos died. That's where I say, like, the first arc kind of ends. Is there anything you wanna add before we go to the next slide as to, like, things that stick out before you all left Luke Hill?
Well, I was just thinking about, I remembered hamburgers were invented.
Yes. That's one of the Deadpool things that Evodia did.
Yeah.
Yep. He made hamburgers so good because he rolled a nat 20 that it got them a like 10% stake in the local inn.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
We had a nice place to stay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I really didn't learn that much about sneaking off by myself because I did go investigate and got my fingers cut off again and again.
You did. Huge hard to. That was a hard lesson to ever learn, if you ever did learn that lesson. But we did become more reliant upon each other's abilities and stuff as time went on, But at first we was all kind of individuals trying to establish our own identities, and it kind of led us into troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, feuding in between ourselves and the whole bit. But then we faced the challenges and the evil people more to become and relying on each other was really quite unique. Like you say, sometimes you'd have to wake Theo up for his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't it you that saved me in the place where I got my fingers cut?
It more than likely would have been. It seems like I remember one of those things that kind of drew us closer together was all about gone, and about the whole thing was about to end. And I think I rode pretty high, and I went all or nothing. And I don't even remember the villain that we was up against, but I remember diving out of a window on top of the individual, and by the skin on our teeth did we ever survive. So, it's good. It's good. Good memories of said things,
Yeah. That fight in the slums, they're talking about the first encounter with Kelson Griddlebone, a villain yet to be introduced in source code. But this individual likes, he's kind of a slumlord criminal of the Luke Hill underbelly. And he enjoys making people wish for death and then not giving it to them. That's just his favorite pastime. And he managed to kidnap Jen because she tried to steal something from him. It wasn't her knowledge that this was the individual that she was stealing from. It was just she got a mission from one of her seedy underbelly contacts. And was told, hey, there's like this really fancy dagger in this warehouse, and if you bring that back, I'll let you keep the dagger. It's kind of like a test to see if you can do this. And needless to say, she succeeded in getting in and collecting the item, did not succeed in getting out.
Yeah.
And in that session, we had myself, Kit Nightblade, Ma and Pa, Midwest, and then we had Evodia, and I don't remember if we had Snicklefritz and them there. But I remember Evodia had a girlfriend at the time, and the girlfriend came, and the girlfriend's like younger sister or cousin. So like, here's the first time some people are being exposed to the game, and I'm describing a scene where a villain is chopping off my mother's fingers. And like, we're acting out a scene where a villain is torturing my mother. So it's not her per se, her character, but still, that's kind of an intense thing for someone who's never seen any tabletop RPG stuff to walk into, you know? And I just distinctly remember, because we opened that session with dealing with the rest of the party. You were already kidnapped. And we're doing stuff, we're going through it, and then people are like, well, where's Jen? Where's Jen? What happened to Jen? What's going on? And silence, nothing. And then finally I go, Jen, you wake up. You are tied to a chair. You are in a dark basement. You don't know where you're at. And everyone's freaking out. Everyone's losing their minds around the table when I start describing that. Everyone's like, where is she? We gotta find her! And all this other stuff. Oh, man. Like, that fight with Kelson in the warehouse, where Theo like tackled him out the window to try and save everyone from that. Like, yeah, that was such an intense fight, and like, genuinely, I thought we were gonna have player death there.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I thought there was gonna be a player death. I'm pretty sure Theo almost died.
Yes, he did. I mean, that was the last thing. Yeah. More than nothing. You know, was that? Yeah. And it seemed like other characters were in danger as well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all in
Bad shape.
Yeah. This was actually also where the party discovered the parchment with the depiction and kind of mural of the 6 swords. So this was actually where the 6 swords came to be. It originally was just my father had a really cool sword that they had found from the Kobold Manor that I was like, it would be cool if he had a sentient sword that told him to kill people. Because that it would be fun to see my dad fight that. Because I know my dad's not going to just be like, I kill people because the sword told me to. So, you know, that's where it started. And then when we got into this fight and I was describing Kelson using his weapon that I had made for him, I was like, yo, what if? And then Ma Midwest rolled a nat 20 investigation of the warehouse after everything was done. In that moment, I came up with the mural with the rest of the swords and the rest of the plot.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
That's unique.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I had zero idea what we were doing in terms of like main plot. I genuinely thought what ended up being kind of the core storyline of Six Sword, I legit thought was only going to be the first half. Legitimately, I was like, this is only the first half of the story. It's only going to be the first half of the tale. It'll have its own little arc with villains. Like, I literally thought that this tale was just going to be like the city of Lukiel and dealing with them. I did not know that we were going to travel all out and do what we did. But then the mural happened, and I was like, all right, now I have to sit down and design 4 more swords, give them all personalities, give them all origins, and like why they're swords, and all that other stuff. In that time, Evodia was causing shenanigans. He blew their cover, and then Morthos sacrificed himself so that everyone could, like, maintain cover, but that's not what happened because the party was stubborn, and they were like, no, we're still gonna try and save him, making the death of Morthos even worse than what it was gonna be.
Oh, man.
And then when the magic shenanigans happened in the first cycle, Winterhaven, Othmere arc, this is also where we got a new player, Korn. This is where Malice showed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, magic shenanigans, I kind of described that earlier, where Evodia made a deal with Janine for magic stuff to, like, fix everything, bring Morthos back, make sure people didn't remember, all that other stuff. And then he made the brilliant decision of making a deal with a deity and then not bowing to that deity after making that deal.
Uh-oh.
So, needless to say, as a kind of like narrative reason as to why that character wasn't around anymore, that deity put him in a pocket dimension and restored everyone's memories so everyone could, know the plot of the story. It did not end well for Morthos. Morthos, getting the memories of dying after telling everyone, hey, don't bring me back. He went off and exploded a portion of the forest in his anger, just to kind of like get that out. In doing so, he met
Malice.
Yeah, that's right. He did. and
Nothing attracts somebody like a big explosion.
nothing attracts someone like a big explosion, he says.
Yeah, like a fiery explosion.
Fiery explosion. That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. No, are there any plot points from the first cycle? Because you've been involved in more than one cycle, Korn. So, is there...
I've been 2 now, I think, 3 including source code.
Yeah, 3 including source code. Because 5th, first,
5th, and prequel.
and the prequel. Yeah. So, yep. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind when you think back to the first arc Malice was part of?
Oh gosh, there's just so much going on. It was like putting out one fire only to rush over to another fire in order for the first fire to crop back up. There was a lot of movement. Plot-wise, though, it kind of slowed down after we got to, what was it, Winterhaven?
Yep.
Yeah, it slowed down a little bit, and so we were able to, we investigated the crypt?
Yes, so there was a a crypt / old ruin of a castle in the northern reaches, a little north of Winterhaven / Othmere, right? And that's where you guys met Tink Tink, the giant who liked to work.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's where Reyes was introduced. The first goblin that you guys attached to died. Splug.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, you found Splug in the prison cells of the crypt because the other goblins were like, he eats too much.
yeah.
And you all let him out, and so he helped you all like sneak into the King Goblin's room and all this other stuff, and
Yeah.
and then the party had a great idea to send Splug into like the deeper reaches of the crypt to like scout a little bit, and he didn't come back. He was eaten by one of the jellies. I think it was a yellow ochre.
I think so, yeah.
Oh man.
And so Splug did not make it out of that dungeon, even though he was full set up to be the party's Make-A-Wish goblin.
Oh.
That was also the time when you hated Sentinel.
That is the time that I also hated Sentinel. I did. I hated Sentinel with a passion. I thought it was such stupid. I was like, this is so dumb. This mechanic is so dumb. Like, what do you mean my enemies can't move? Like, so we did that for a good while. There was something about a spy in town that you guys didn't deal with. And so while in the crypt, the spy opened a portal to the like Shadowfell in the graveyard, letting out like ghouls and zombies and stuff, right? Which started a zombie outbreak in Winterhaven, which Morthos contacted you all, said get back here as soon as possible. You guys like dead sprinted all the way back to the town, just in time to see the like mayor shutting the gates behind him and his like little posse, trying to like keep everybody like in the town and like let them suffer whatever fate was going to happen while they got away. Snickle Fritz didn't take kindly to that because this was his hometown and his backstory, so he just kind of like bust through the wall of the town and went to go help people. Morthos did not let the mayor escape. He did Morthos telekinesis, which in my opinion, telekinesis in the D&D handbook and stuff is very weak, and I'm like, no. Telekinesis, if I cast telekinesis, I cast telekinesis, like true telekinesis. Again, homebrew. It's homebrew world. So Morthos unzips the mayor's skeleton out of him, just to kind of be like, no, you don't get a getaway. And again, this is like Morthos in kind of like the darker path of having been killed and brought back. Yeah, Dark Morthos. Yeah. telling the party to go like seal up the portal that happened in Winter Haven, Morthos was like, I'll take care of the outbreak. In doing so, he burned a third of Winter Haven to the ground. Jen nearly died in the graveyard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Scroll of Revivify was used on her to bring her back so she didn't die. Kit almost got sucked into the portal trying to get his force axe back.
Yep.
Was that when I lassoed him?
I think that's when you lassoed Kit out of there. Yeah.
Little Jim.
Little tiny Jen human rogue with a little rope throwing around a Goliath ranger.
Even though I almost died, at least I rolled good for that one.
Yes.
They all sling the catnip on each other.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
And yeah.
Well,
Very good.
Corn, do you wanna say why Malice left?
Before Malice left, Malice, seeing that Morthos killed the mayor and burned down a third of the town, wanted Morthos to apologize. Morthos was very stubborn.
Morthos felt like he did nothing wrong, and therefore did not need to apologize.
And so Malice cursed Morthos to help the village.
Yes. Got cursed
Which is
into
a bad time.
helping. There were 2 curses because he rolled a nat 20 on it.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 parts to the curse. The curse was, you will help the people of this town and you will do them no harm.
Yep. Until you apologize.
Until the apology happened. Yeah.
And then the apology never came. However, another individual showed up after, I think it was after we completed the whole ruins dungeon, the whole thing.
Yes.
Broke Morthos out of the curse.
Yep.
Malice at that time very big. We're going to redeem people.
Yes.
And that led to Morthos genociding the remaining hobgoblins from the dungeon.
Yep.
Which then led Malice and Morthos into a fight.
Yep. Yep.
And then Malice died a few times.
Yes.
Before, I think it was Kit told Malice what had happened. And then Malice just grabbed what was remaining of his gear and left.
Yeah. Malice was no longer comfortable being around people who so readily killed him once.
Yes.
So,
he went off into yonder places for future campaign reasons.
yes, he went off to stuff that was gonna come more fruition in the second half of the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that led to...
We had
that
our
led to Nag.
life cleric, Morn, which was the person who got Morthos out of the curse. Yep. In the photo on the screen, you can see Kit, the player for Morn, the player for Snicklefritz. You can also see my niece at her very first D&D session. She has no idea what's going on, but she is there. The next arc where Nag showed up is Thunderspire. And in this photo, we can see a younger me, a Kit Nightblade, a Reyes, and a Corn.
Yep.
Yeah. This was in the old apartment. It was the very first apartment that I moved into with the player for Reyes. Old college buddy of mine. So we moved in together and started hosting the games there. Yeah. Here's where the dragon Volshvagal attempted to scare Jen by pretending to strangle her in the middle of the night while not actually being physically there to do so. And then when the whole party was like, you ain't no big deal, to like this projection of a dragon's personality, the dragon was like, okay, bet, I'm on my way. Nag immediately was like, we need to run. We need to go.
Yeah.
We need to not be here. Everyone else hid in the mud.
Yeah.
And then the life cleric proceeded to 1v1 this adult acid dragon. Did I mention I don't like life clerics?
Yep, don't like life clerics, don't like sentinels.
Yeah.
I forgot on the first little block, or the previous block,
Yes.
the thing that really made you hate Sentinel was whenever the Revenant came.
Oh my gosh, yes. When Kelson's Revenant form came and was trying to steal Theo's sword.
Oh yeah.
And then
Malice
Malice had Sentinel, and it would not let the Revenant run. Oh, that made me so mad. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, didn't we kill that Revenant and we took like its like a part of it, like its shard or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You made sure that Revenant couldn't come back into that physical form. So it had to like take over the bodies of other people and stuff.
I remember that was funny because
Yeah, that Revenant came back a few times, and each time you guys made him a joke.
yeah, but that specific one, like we fought him for like I want to say it was like 5 or 6 rounds of combat, and each time he's trying to just run away, and I was like, no.
Yeah, each time in that encounter, I literally had designed that specific encounter to be like, he's testing you guys with like this initial assassin group he sends at you. You guys defeated them. Cool. You think the fight's over. He rushes in, steals the sword, leaves. That's what my plan was, you know? And sure enough, no, Malice is just like, you're not going anywhere.
Just 4 rounds, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I got you for 30 seconds. 30 seconds of playtime. Yeah. And then, like, Kit also used his force axes to restrain him. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
It was a bold weekend, is what that was.
Yes. And then the party defeated the dragon Volshvagal by surviving to the point where it was upset and just like, I'm tired of this, and leaves. The rest of that started in Thunderspire proper, where they first went underground. This is where people looking for Malice found the group, and the group was like, he's no longer with us, and so they were like, oh, okay, we'll go find him. Those people eventually became monstrosities later, and there's a whole thing.
They're the monsters we made along the way.
Yeah, yes, they're the monsters we made along the way. That's right. The next thing that really sticks out in my mind to happening was the retrieval of the Wind Sword at the base of Thunderspire, like underneath in the tunnels where Nag and the other ne'er-do-wells hired to guard there, just made sure the slaves worked. And Jen had a little grudge against Nag after discovering a certain someone close to her backstory was one of these enslaved individuals who actually found the Wind Sword and sadly had been taken over by it. Unbeknownst to the party, of course, until they killed the wielder of the Wind Sword. Yeah, that was when Reyes teleported everyone, including the boss, back to Winterhaven. And the boss, when he was in Winterhaven, the first action he took was to run to the graveyard where Jen had first died. Yeah. And that's where you guys fought him. That's where the helmet flew off, and it was revealed to be Jen's ex-fiance from her backstory. And then, he had a whole death scene. He cast Modify Memories so Jen wouldn't be burdened with the fact that she killed her fiance. All this stuff. It was a real sad moment. Then they retrieved that sword. Hansel, if I'm not mistaken, switched swords at the top of Thunderspire with you, Korn, correct? Because you had the Earth Sword for the longest.
Yeah, I think Nag had the Earth Sword.
Yeah. Nag had the Earth Sword. Stone's Cascade, or Cass, is what he called him.
Yep.
And then Hansel, the guy who killed Morthos in the first arc, wielder of the Lightning Blade, was like, your blade is more suited for me, and traded swords. And that was a whole thing. It was... I'm trying to remember whether it was the first time you guys got teleported back with the Wind Sword boss. Was that when Kara showed up?
I think so.
Yeah. Kara being a NPC the party had helped in the first arc. And someone they trusted.
Yeah, didn't I buy her shoes?
Yeah. Yep. Because she arrived barefoot in the village. Yep. And you guys bought her shoes, put her up in the same tower as Morthos, and not knowing that that was a polymorphed simulacrum of the Evil Queen. And so the Evil Queen kidnapped Morthos and replaced him. And then, it was the tail end of Thunderspire into Mithrandane that you guys discovered Morthos was kidnapped.
Yep.
And that that was a whole encounter in Winter Haven. Was when the queen was revealed and all that. But yeah. Whew. Mithrandain / Ty Vivendi. This was the Elven capital, north, way north. Gweeb and Kagan the Black Knife are first introduced here. And Gweeb started out as a silly little goblin bartender. That is all I made him to be. That is all he was ever supposed to be. He's literally a silly little goblin boy working a bar of seedy individuals for a dark elf boss. Man, that's all he is. That's all he was supposed to be. That's all he ever was. But the party goes, no, there's something more to this guy. There has to be more to this guy. He has to have some magic or something, because, like, the people are behaving strangely in the room, you know? It can't be a room full of trained assassins who are coordinated and all together and on a thing. No, it couldn't be that. It had to be a magic goblin boy. So they poked and prodded enough, and I was like, fine, yes, Gweeb is a magic goblin boy, yes. In fact, he's the most magic goblin boy. He's the deity of the goblins. Ooh.
Yeah.
So Gweeb very much became a creature out of my own control. Very much an NPC that took on his own life, and so that is acceptable to Gweeb.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: don't name goblins.
Yeah, don't name goblins. Yeah, yeah, Corn is right. Moral of the story: don't name any goblin characters, because the party will fall in love and kill them, or do something. This was also where the prince of Mithrandain was taken over by the helm of Duke Kilhar, an individual we have yet to find his origins about, so maybe Season 2, Season 3 of Source Code. Who knows when we'll get into the Duke Kilhar stuff. As to how this evil individual became so powerful enough to create artifacts that house pieces of him, you know. The prince was corrupted, became a vessel for him, and a new king of Mithrandain was crowned once a sigil stone was procured. A certain gunslinging, toting elf man.
That's you, Theo.
Yeah. I don't exactly know how much Theo dealt with the Kingdom of Elves, to be honest. It was more like, oh, come with me, army. We're gonna go do stuff now.
Yeah.
So,
refresh Dad's memory a little bit.
okay, so, there was a sigil stone that you all were asked to retrieve for Kagan. Kagan the Black Knife was like, in order for me to trust you, you guys need to do something for me, and then I'll sneak you guys into the Citadel, right?
Okay.
That was like the initial mission premise. Me as the DM, I had placed the sigil stone in the room, and I was like, whoever first grabs it will be crowned royalty, right? It doesn't matter what race, it doesn't matter what, is whoever grabs it first. Theo grabbed it first.
Yep.
And so I was like, well, that just makes sense, because his backstory was he went fishing with his dad elf, and the dad elf got dragged under and eaten by the fish. So he lived with his grandpa.
Yeah.
And so why is the dad so important? Well, the dad used to be royalty, is where I tied it together after that, and so it just made sense for Theo to be like the long lost true son of the royal blood, as the royalty shifted to like the second brother, aka Theo's uncle. So yeah, whole bunch of like political intrigue and stuff in Tai Vivendi / Mithrandain, culminating in Theo being crowned king of the elves. This was also the like third and final encounter with the Revenant.
I vaguely remember some of that.
Yeah, because it was like the Revenant was using guns to try and like mimic Theo.
Yeah.
And the prince was like full Duke Kilhar mode in the armor and stuff.
Yeah, it seemed like we went somewhere and we overtook and then we doubled back through the woods. And then it seemed like Theo gave some command to do something. And then what did that sucker do? Theo just went up on the hillside, underneath the tree, and then did his seal thing and went to sleep watching them.
Yep.
It seems like I remember that. But, yeah, not much of that. But yeah, I remember a few commands and stuff. It seemed like we was crossing a river as well, of battles and trying to leave. Yeah, yes, yeah. But Theo went to sleep.
A lot. Yes.
A lot. Even then, when he was commanding them, he still sought him a place to go to sleep.
Yes. Yes, he did. The drowsy king, some would call him.
Yes. Yes. Very much so. Don't wake him up.
The king of easy slumber.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
This is where they took the Elven army back to the capital of Lukil. They felt like they had enough allies. Nag destroyed Queen Alande's like broadcast device that she was making to charm people by like climbing up a tower and placing a bomb that you all had made.
Yeah.
Yes.
The final fight with Alande, where she tried to make you all kill Thuriel. There's a whole lot of stuff that happened in that, and then And then you all were tasked with returning the swords. You know, and Nag, you wanna you wanna kind of explain your character's thought process as to what he felt about almost dying, saving the world?
Yeah, because I don't remember who we ended up fighting. We ended up fighting some sort of demon dude, and that was like,
oh my goodness. Icy Pants raiding with 8 people. Oh my gosh. An icy raid. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are phenomenal. You didn't have to raid, but you did. Currently with me, we have Corn's Demon, one of our cast members, but also from phone, we have Ma and Pa Midwest, and we're all kind of reminiscing about our first tabletop RPG experience together 10 years ago. You are hopping in towards the middle to end of the discussion of the first cycle. So just so everyone is aware who raided in with Icy, thank you guys so much for the Icy raid. What a blessing it is to have you here. I hope you will be just as blessed. But yeah, it's 10 years that we've been doing stories in this setting, that homebrew setting that I've made up. So yeah. But yeah, Nag, you were saying.
I don't remember what I don't remember what the demon was that we fought. But there was some.
It was like the cast aside demonic influence of Evodia.
Okay. Yeah. But the entire time, Nag was saying how he is not a hero at all. And so when the demon did his thing to kind of like suck everybody into the portal to get everybody killed, Nag just was like, okay, I guess I will take this on. And then the group was able to pull Nag out of the fire as he was about to give his heroic sacrifice.
Yep.
And then that's when Nag stormed off and was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not a hero. You guys forced me into a role I don't like.
Yeah. It was a really cool moment to have this like character who throughout the entirety of his journey was like, I'm no hero, I'm the mercenary, I'm for money, I'm for living. Like turn around and be the like, well, I guess this is it. And then to like be dragged away from that. Oh yeah. Just the vitriol of like, how dare you force me into this, guys? How dare you force me into being the like hero I didn't want to be? It was a beautiful moment, and it was great send off for the character too.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Jen, very angry, was like, I'm gonna take care of that later.
Remembered.
Yes. Now, here's where it kind of got weird, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, what we covered just then, from the first arc to returning to Luke Hill and placing the swords, essentially became the, like, core storyline for the Six Sword Saga, right? I truly thought it was going to be like a first half, a first arc, a first storyline within the world. It became kind of like the core narrative that all the other ages were also based on, because again, this is a setting that is in the future, and all the fantasy stuff takes place inside a simulation, right? So we had the super fast-tracked ending in the first cycle, in which the kind of plot threads brought from Malice's character, this like thought of undying lands, people who couldn't stay dead, and all this other stuff, really heavily influenced by lore from Dark Souls, Elden Ring, stuff like that. And of course, Elden Ring hadn't come out yet. I was like, this is great, this is perfect, this is wonderful. And then, you know, it got to a point where we're meeting once a month, we're doing 9-hour sessions, but people are starting to grow apart and move away. So we are gonna have to fast track this. We're gonna have to get through the storyline as fast as possible. And I truly felt like we ended up rushing through a huge portion of like the back half of the narrative and stuff of what I had initially planned to be the like culmination of the journey of the people who wielded the swords, right? In my opinion, the theme I wanted to instill, right, was this thought of you're gaining a lot of power, but you'll have to give it up, right? Like, growing closer to the swords of power gives you more power. The magic items that I homebrew for the world, a lot of the time, will have charges that if you use the item continuously, the item gets stronger, right? So there was a lot of things I wanted to do with that, and to like really show this back half being like, you guys have given up a lot of your power, so you guys are fighting stuff that's just as tough, if not harder, than the stuff that you guys fought when you had all the power, right? So I wanted to do this kind of like juxtaposition of like, here's the DM showering you with like amazing gifts and amazing powerful items. The DM now takes that away. Right? And that's not what happened at all. Because again, we had to fast track what was at that time 4 years of meeting once a month and doing 9-hour sessions. Like, it got to the point where Malice used a lot of his late game paladin abilities to just kind of take over monstrous enemies.
Often known as former allies.
Often known as former allies, yes. The photo above is one of the kind of crazier interactions that we had in those arcs. As you can see, some of these figures are from like the Dark Souls board game, and so using them as like the visual aids for certain monsters and stuff, it helped really well. And then as you can see, it seems like there's a lot of stuff ganging up on the like draconic thing here, right? The like gaping dragon, if you've played Dark Souls. In reality, everyone's trying to kill the thing that's in the maw. And all of these things are allies. Every single one of these creatures is an ally trying to kill the like figure that's in the maw right now. Cause yeah, deletion code, all this other good stuff. When we got to the end of the story, the end of the campaign, I'm going to start with Ma and Pa Midwest. Is there anything that you guys distinctly remember from the finale, other than just like all the loving photos we took with everyone, all the fun we had together? Is there any like narrative things that stick out that were like, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that this was where so and so ended?
We're here, we're thinking.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
You know, that as far as us participating in it, it was a sad moment for that to cease at that point in time. Food was great, and like you say, the photographs we still run across. They still run across my all my deal on my phone.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. The picture of the U-Haul with you all standing there, run across my phone. And my memory slopped, and it does every day. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and there was just a lot of time. It didn't seem like it was that long. You speak of it as 10 years from, and I remember setting up in here, and in our living room and so forth, and then all the way down, to that last location we was at.
Yeah, the house where it was like 5 guys living together.
Yeah, it was a lot of time passed, and some very good story, and some like, oh man, I don't want my character to die, and then just getting by the skin of our teeth, and there's some of us, our characters did die, and we have to rejuvenate another character, so it was very enjoyable, and friendships were made that will last forever. Now, whether we run across them again or while we're still on this walking this earth, who knows? But a lot of good times. I remember some of them dressing up the full character was just awesome. So
we got that photo. There we go, with Kit in his full armor right above us.
Full armor. Yeah, yes, that was one that was going into my mind there, and not the last house, but the previous house too, and so it was good. It was a good time, enjoyable, and would actually keep you away from that 2-dimensional tube that always runs in the background of almost every household,
Yeah.
Yeah. Food great, fellowship better.
Food great, fellowship better. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, were you wanting, when you asked the question, were you wanting us to also talk about what was happening that last day in the game?
I mean, it's whatever memories are like sticking out to you. I'm not trying to tell you exactly what to remember or what,
Right.
We're sitting here legitimately 6 years from the last session that you guys sat around the table and played.
And old people memories aren't that great. But I do remember I used to watch Naruto with you some.
Yeah.
And I got to do a Naruto move at the end when we were fighting a big bad person who died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun, and I think it surprised the guys when I did it, because I don't know, did they know I knew about Naruto?
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah.
But along with what Dad's saying, those memories are precious to me of the time, because a lot of times your children do not want you into a lot of their lives, and I felt like very blessed and all to be part of you of it with your friends and all of the other people that were involved. Felt like family and still feels like family to me, and I feel very blessed to have met everybody that we got to meet and to have that time with everyone and all. And I love looking at the picture where y'all are around us and y'all are way taller than us.
Pretty sure I got that here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I got that here somewhere in the slide.
So
I in fact do not. I in fact do not have it in the slide.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, you know what? We're gonna pull it up is what we're gonna do. Because I've got it. I've got the photo.
Yes. So I just appreciate being included. I loved every minute of it, and playing the game with everybody, and
Boom.
And I've enjoyed this time with you guys, reminiscing.
Yeah.
Didn't hardly want it to end, you know?
No, it was very sad. Not only was the game that part of the game ending, it was people moving away and things like that. So
Yeah.
that was a big part of our lives, and we truly enjoyed it and felt blessed by being able to be around you all and get to know everybody more.
All right.
That's fair.
Well, yeah. It was a huge blessing to have you guys even take an interest in it, to the point where you guys stuck with it as long as you did. You know, there were, you know, definitely some times of frustration in the moment of like, oh, come on, I just described whatever scene I'm wanting you to experience, Theo. Why are you asleep? You know, like, there were some of that, but I look back on that, you know, like in the moment I might have been frustrated or upset or whatever. But I look back on those moments of you being asleep and stuff, and I just go, yeah, that's Theo. You know? And it was great. It was a great time. I had a blessing just being able to somewhat capture the fun we used to have playing board games when I was growing up. So
Yeah.
that was
you weren't frustrated at Jen for never using the wind sword either.
Oh, of course not. No, I didn't give the most powerful weapons and artifacts to my mother for the simple fact and reason that she didn't use them. So, like, the most powerful broken things I ever made in the world, stuff that would give a person a wish spell, stuff that would, like, full transform reality as they knew it.
I did use the wish spell at the end.
Yeah. That's right. That is right. Yeah.
We got somebody to be on our side for a little while.
That's right. That is true. There was a talk at some point of using the wish spell to bring the creator of that reality to your party.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember looking at all of you and being like, are you wanting 20-something-year-old fat Daniel to show up? Like, what are we doing here? You know, like.
What about the one where I was told you I wanted to wish that it would start all over from the beginning?
Oh yeah, that would have been so crazy. I wish this all would just start over. Man, like if that wish had actually gone through, like I had no idea what I would have done, because I would have been like, how am I gonna do this series again? The same, like how? And I guess that technically kind of served as inspiration for like the second cycle and the third and so on, as like those same like story beats, those same elements, right? They happened. Each of the characters, each of the new players within these worlds and cycles, they attempted, they attempted kind of the same journey. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's next? Ladies and gentlemen, what's next?
Well, you also forgot your favorite, your most hated favorite character.
Oh, my most hated favorite character, which was
Krokgar.
Oh. I had completely forgot for the entirety of today. The entirety of today. I have not once mentioned Krokgar.
Oh my goodness. The crocodile.
That man was in the final battle.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved to hate Krokgar.
Especially at the very end when, he died, but he lived.
He
And then
died, but he lived. But he died, but he lived.
You died, but I lived.
But you die, but I live.
That was the funniest, most infuriating thing. When my character dies, he comes back with 1 hit point. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, he does not. Not in this instant. I'm sorry. It was like, we're doing some narrative stuff, and I'm sorry, your character dies.
Was that one when they were on the airship?
Oh my goodness, the airship battle was just when you guys even first entered into the Undying Lands.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that encounter was crazy.
When Krokgar on the ship?
He was. Krokgar was on the ship. Krokgar and Thigthor made a lot of good food on the ship.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody remember Thigthor. Everybody. Good soup.
Good soup.
Oh,
Yeah.
Served with good bowls.
Yes, the only the highest quality of soup bowls were used,
yes.
provided by Krokgar, the skulls of his enemies.
Yeah.
And there's no better way to get to your friends' hearts than through their stomachs, which is why Krokgar stared at them while they made sure to eat their soup.
Yes. Yes. You must eat. You must be nourished. Oh my goodness. All right. And since then, Ma and Pa Midwest have made appearances every once in a while, every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But it is definitely not them showing up every session and playing in the world. And that is A-okay. They have been there and back again. It is okay. Trying to think what else to like bring up before calling the phone conversation.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember anything too. Like,
Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys are like sticking out in your minds of like, oh my gosh, this was like one of my favorite moments?
well, I kind of like who my real father turned out to be.
Yes. Yep. Because we did a lot of like tying in her backstory with like some books that she really loved to read about like kind of a D&D-esque world. So it was fun to give that to you.
Yes, it was. I thought that was nice of you. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I'm not thinking of any other thing that happened that was. I just enjoyed it and appreciate you letting us be involved in it. And all. And
Well,
so, you have a wonderful birthday.
well, thank
Yes.
you.
Happy birthday. And.
Well, it's kind of your guys' fault.
Hey, I don't think it's a fault. I think it's a wonderful blessing.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you possibly tomorrow.
Yes, you will see me tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Mom and
Bye.
Pa Midwest. Say bye, Mom and Pa Midwest, everyone. Bye, Mom and Pa.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. Well. Is there anything that you are sticking out in your memory of like, oh my gosh, this is something that he didn't bring up that we need to?
I mean, not really, because the last chunk was super rushed.
Yes.
So that was the unfortunate thing.
Yep. All of the like last encounters, all of the like build up bosses that I had built the lore up to in the background, like all of that. We just had to like throw most of that out the window and just be like, these people are here now, fight! You know, but the main takeaway about this setting, all right, and ladies and gentlemen, you got about a minute and 40 seconds before an ad starts. I'm so sorry. I've been snoozing them as much as I can. I'm out of snoozes now. Trying to think. What was... Guys, there's 10 years of lore in my brain. There's 5 different iterations of the same story in my brain. Each with different characters, each with their own personal vendetta bosses, each with their own whatever. And like, you know, why is that the case? Well, because it's all being run in a simulation simultaneously, and the convergence and all that other good stuff that was mentioned in the previous talks about it. Yes. Is there anything from like 5th cycle that you're like, oh, this was super important?
I do think that the 5th cycle is interesting with the aspects that haven't been revealed yet.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that whenever that reveal happens, I think that's going to be a big old shocker.
Yeah. Yes. I agree too. I think it's scary to me personally how the path humanity is on, right? It leans to me feeling like the stuff that I've written about in Sixth Sword could happen.
Right.
Because, like, with how crazy humanity is getting, what's to stop them from trying to kidnap an angel?
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to that point. We're getting to that point. Artificial intelligence. We're getting to that point with science experiments. It's getting crazy. So, yeah. There's a lot of, like, behind the scenes lore when it comes to this stuff. But what's next in terms of the actual source code season 2, what we're going to be doing here in the future? Well, ba-bang. We have official art thanks to all of you. Every single one of you who supported, who donated, who shared the love of Midwest Dungeon Delvers and Source Code and Sixth Sword Saga and D&D and everything. You all supported us. No more of this AI art. Sorry, Corn, that you're still in your AI form. But your character has not been created as of yet. The artist is still working on that.
Which I kind of feel a little bit bad because I made probably the ugliest door.
No. I think it's beautiful. I think it's going to be great. As you can see, we have Crier Bell from season 1 of Source Code with his resonance crystal embedded in his chest. And we also have good old Bramblefoot here in his graphical updated form. I don't have, like, Six Sword Saga Season 2 intro made, because, again, we don't have the art for the other 2 characters that are involved. We did announce our other cast member as Kitty Pants. So, again, much love to the Kitty Pants. Thank you so much for stepping into Midwest Dungeon Delvers, Six Sword Saga, and all of that. So a big welcome to you when you watch this, Kitty Pants. So much love from the Delvers. Thank you for joining. And that is the timeline. That's what we've been doing for the past 10 years. Yeah.
A big question.
Ooh. You got a big question. Okay.
Yep, I have a big question.
All right.
So, are we doing a session today?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I've seen on the Discord, and I was like, are we doing it today, or is this we're still waiting to see when everybody's schedules lining up?
I think we're still waiting for everyone's schedule to line up this month.
Okay.
We are yeah, today was more like we're just reminiscing, we're celebrating 10 years. It's the birthday stream, so I played a little bit of Crimson Desert. I'll probably hop back into that here in a bit.
I just wanted to verify the way the Discord thing, like the way it looked on Discord, was today was going to be a session. I was like, I'm we're doing ours, or if we're doing mine, or if we're doing yours. And so I was like,
sorry.
It's okay. That was a failure on my reading comprehension.
Okay. Let me look through on that announcement again.
Yeah, because I think it was on the I think.
Okay. Next Saturday, the 4th of April, is 10-year anniversary. Streaming all day with guests free to pop in and out, discussing the setting and impact on each other's lives. Stop by.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was going to be a like where you're running the session and people are just popping in and out, or
okay. Almost like a West March.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of what I was thinking. Was like if it was going to be something where like it was going to be a loose run today, and like we're all reminiscing and talking about the good old days.
Yeah. No, that would be cool. I hadn't thought of that. Maybe for the 15-year anniversary, everyone can like be in character and like we have like a recap episode where people are reminiscing about stuff.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like a screen West March campaign thing.
Yeah.
Or you could do like the sci-fi thing where everybody's playing like as military units during a conflict.
Yeah.
Especially like after season 5 of the thing goes to the next stage of the campaign.
Oh yes, when you guys finally break out of the fantasy and go into the sci-fi.
Yeah, that'd be a good time to have like a maybe not like a you have your main campaign setting, but then you also have like the West March in the background where it's all these different like human military units doing conflicts against the new apocalypse.
Yeah, that's not the worst idea for it.
It is definitely a idea.
It is an idea. Yes, I do appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all in terms of what I've got for Six Sword stuff. Like I said, big reveal of like, hey, we have official art made now that's not AI. Thanks all you for your support in that. So it's huge. It's huge. To me, it's amazing to actually like look over and I see Crier Bell with what is essentially the proto life gem.
That is actually really cool. So what's going on with Bramblefoot's chest?
Oh, you mean the amulet?
Oh, that's an amulet? Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure. I thought it was, but at the same time, I'm like, that looks eerily similar.
It does. It does. Different artists, by the way, as well, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these were made by separate artists. And I really enjoy the one artist doing the Kenku and that feeling very like alien and separate, and then like everyone else who is like humanoid will have the same artist, right? So it's like Crier Bell's gonna feel really alien, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a cool little motif. Something that I've been thinking about, and especially since receiving this art for Bramblefoot, maybe the queen likes that amulet a little too much, yeah? She gotta get a nice pretty red amulet around her neck somehow, yeah?
I do like that.
You know, I hadn't really put two and two together until I received this art from Bramblefoot, and I was like, oh, wait a second. This person has an amulet. They put an amulet. They didn't I didn't tell them to put an amulet, but they put an amulet, and it's just gonna work out.
I like that.
Right? So that's a fun little thing for the player of Bramblefoot, that he's probably unaware of. So that's good. Little plot surprises that we have for the rest of the party in the store. Yes. But as you can see, we have our first two characters done. We just need two more, and then we can start in the recording of Six Sword proper. I do have a quick question. Are we running War of Attrition this week, next week? Where are we doing that one?
I don't know. That is, I don't know anybody's schedule, so I don't know when we're running it.
Okay. Maybe Feeler in the Discord? Yeah. And then we'll see what happens, because tomorrow's Easter. I'm gonna want to spend it with fam, right?
Yep.
The next week, Saturday, we're going out to like birthday celebrate physically, right? Today's about hanging out with you guys and entertaining you all and having fun and then relaxing. So, and then the end of this month, the 25th through the 30th, I am hosting Fedorable Will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's coming to visit. It's a wonderful little visit. Yes, indeed.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes, it'll be a grand old time. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, there's an executor in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and catch that with exclamation point, Pokecatch, if it is your prerogative. I'm trying to think. There's so much. Like, there's so much.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for the past 10 years of telling tabletop RPG stories. I am thankful for the fact that it has grown to the point where we're able to commission artists to get official art made. And so it is truly thanks to all of you that you've shown interest in this world, in this setting, and a willingness to see it brought to life the way it is meant to be. So that means the world to me as a person who created this world as a way of not blowing my brains out 10 years ago. So again, thank all of you. Other than that, yeah, that's basically that. That's literally all I have in my brain right now. I don't think I can say any more. When it comes to Six Sword, I think I have said all I can.
It has been quite an adventure.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What a blessing. What a blessing. It's craziness, man. Absolute craziness. But, with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call the Six Sword timeline portion of it. We done did it. We done did it, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen the timeline. You've heard some of the stories from several people who were part of it all those years ago, and I was playing some Crimson Desert before everybody hopped in. So now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't know. I've also streamed for 4.5 hours already today, and even though like I would love to continue streaming, I am also feeling that like wall of entertainment energy is like I'm I'm in slow-mo about to slam my face into that wall, right? Of having no entertainment energy. I don't know why. I think I've drained myself over the past couple of weeks playing so much of Crimson Desert and trying to get today all set up, right? I guess one of the things I'll say is this. I was pretty stressed about getting the Crier Bell stuff. Because, you know, the due date was today. And I didn't get the, like, final draft of Crier Bell until, like, 2 a.m. So...
Well, I mean, it arrived exactly on time.
Yes, it is not late, nor is it early. It arrived precisely when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And so, man, truly, thank all of you who rated in from Icy Pants VA this morning. It's a blessing that you would follow from such a high tier channel and a VTuber at that to like come over to like, hey, here's little old Midwest Dungeon Delvers live action person, right? So it means a lot to me personally, and I appreciate it more than you guys know. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to hang out with a nerdy loser like me. So thank you. And that's all I have to say about that.
Alright, Miss is starting to get more active, so I'm gonna hop out.
All right. Yep. Tell her that there is nothing but love from the Delvers. I know that she probably won't understand just yet, but
Oh no, she smiles. I got the phone up and she's looking at it when you said it, and she smiled.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. She took a little nap while we were reminiscing.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm looking to channels to raid. You know, why not? There's a guy, Jones116. He's playing Guacamelee. Guacamole, everyone. So as much as I would love to continue streaming and stuff, I'm hitting the wall. And I'ma just go enjoy the rest of my birthday. Much love from the Delvers, everyone. And we will
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you. And we will see you all in the next episode of Six Sword Saga, the next episode of War of Attrition, and the next time I play more Crimson Desert. So thank you all, and we'll see you in the next stream. Peace.
Bye. Okay. All right. Dad's gonna hop off. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You have a good day, Midwest.
You too, man.